Nothing like having to.
Good evening.
I'm like mid-sentence and I'm like, where is this belch coming from?
Just hold it. Just hold
to
it.
stifle the intro there. Hello, everybody. It's Wes and Andy back for another installment of a Random Fandom on your Tuesday night. I hope your Tuesday is, your week is going well. Your Tuesday is going well. We're short a man again this week.
Thoughts go out to him.
And to everybody else in the
Nova Scotia area,
Halifax Regional Municipality, especially those affected by the fire. No human life reported lost as of yet. We're talking potentially, well, it's thousands of evacuees and potentially hundreds of homes. So again, we mentioned it Sunday night as it was developing. Our hearts and our thoughts go out to everybody who is affected by the fires in the greater Halifax area.
I can only hope
tonight.
That the heat in our area doesn't go their way.
Yeah,
because that's the last.
Seriously. We've got our first comments coming in. Let's just check in here for a second. We got Steve chiming in. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, Steve. How are things with you? I hope everything's going good on your Tuesday night. And we've got Adam from Go Figure. Wes is the biggest celebrity I've ever met.
Celebrity meetings that might come up later.
I don't know what to say to that. Why, thank you.
Take your bow.
Thank you very much. Steve, Good Life Fitness in Lindsay caught fire today. Yes, it did. Sorry, was it Good Life? The big Planet Fitness. I saw that today when I was out. I saw that there was
something to do with the retarring of the roof.
The bin.
Yeah, and what got dumped into the bin back there, and then it spread.
I don't want to I do want to speculate. What do you think?
Hot asphalt plus dumpster stuff.
Careless smoker.
Maybe.
The world is on fire, folks. And I have no sympathy for all of you people who, are smokers' rights people. You guys can all quit. Because if you pitch one butt aimlessly,
yeah, you can burn the friggin' world.
You could burn the world down.
What is that saying? It takes a tree to make 1,000 or 1,000,000 matchsticks, but only one match to destroy a forest.
Adam, there's a burning fat joke, but I'm not going to make it. Well, you already did. Too late. As soon as I put the comment up, the joke is made. Own it, man. Own it. Hey, wait. While I've got your comment up here, Adam, tell me, are you at Joe Fest? Did you go to Joe Fest? Is Joe Fest over? It's over. It was last weekend, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I didn't follow that close. I didn't follow that close. I'd be interested to know how that went.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, yes, you're right. It was Planet Fitness. So we got a few things going on this week. I hope you guys brought your entertainment headlines as well. Of course, if you didn't, that's fine. You can bring them up tonight here in the live chat. As always, you can catch us on the WhatsApp link. That is working smoothly now. We've tested that a couple of times. It seems to be working well. If you want to call in, you're more than welcome to use the link. It's in the description of this video. You can also find it in the banner of our YouTube channel as well as embedded on our Facebook. So
apparently it hasn't happened.
Sunday. It's the 9th to the 11th. So pumped. I was thinking about the convention circuit this year and how much I'm missing this year. We have a lot of things in our personal life going on. So looks like I'm 100% off the convention circuit this year. I'm not getting to anything this year. How about you?
I'm not going to anything big.
No. Niagara, I think
I might drag you to a small one or something.
Oh, like a pop culture one?
Like a little
yeah. We could do that. Something local, something
that's not going to cost like a $700 touch for an entire weekend.
I really am put on by the guest list at Fan Expo Canada this year.
It's just getting better.
We were looking at that last week when we were on the road, and it's just this is a stellar year if you are an autograph hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be paying though. Wow. What do we got? We got the week after Joe Fest. Zazel is visiting, and you should come on a toy hunt with us.
Ooh.
Can we do a toy hunting live stream?
Maybe.
I think we could do. Maybe not. Well, yeah, we could do it. We couldn't do a multi-stream, but we could pick a destination, whether it's our YouTube channel or the Facebook page, and we could do that. That would be fun. Fandom Power Go Figure Sergeant Slaughterhouse toy hunt. That would be awesome. I would love to do that.
Mhm.
What do you think? You want to do that?
I'm game.
We should do that. Okay.
Should I go toy hunting? What do you think?
It is a segment on the show.
It is.
It's a total segment. Yes, we can. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. I think that's going to be great. All right. Well, before we get to the business that brought us all here together tonight, we should warm up with another random trivia question.
Mm-hmm.
Pop culture trivia brought to you by Andy and the makers of whoever made those cards. I don't know.
We're at the dollar store though.
What do you got? Shh! Don't give away the secret.
Oh, we're all about giving away secrets.
All right.
Just not all the secrets.
What do you got for us tonight, sir?
This one's a complex one. Only 2 artists have won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 2 consecutive years. Frank Sinatra in 66 and 67.
Oh.
And which other artist in 1974 and 1975?
Sorry, what was the category?
Grammy Award
Grammy
Album
Award.
of the Year.
Album of the Year. Only 2 artists, Frank Sinatra and somebody else.
Have won it 2 years in a row.
So we're talking artist. So that's wow. 70 what?
74 and 75 is the artist in question.
74, 75. Wow.
There's a lot to choose from.
There's a lot going on in the early 70s. Are we full on in the disco wave by that time? 74, 75? I think we are.
I think so.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm totally clueless here, but I'm going to go the Bee Gees. I don't know, but that's what I'm going with.
Well, that is incorrect.
Oh, well. Anybody else out there got an idea? Because I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. No for no, huh?
No for no. All right.
All right.
Well,
Let's
the
go.
answer is Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah. Stevie Wonder. Okay.
Went
That's
2
cool.
years in a row.
Oh, that's very cool. Not disco.
No, not really.
No, what do you call Stevie funk?
You know what?
In the
Pop
70s, kind of
soul?
funk?
Funk?
So, yeah, R&B, I guess. Yeah.
He was ahead of his time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And still going strong. All right. Let's get going here with tonight's show. What do we want to talk about first? This one I sent to you. Did you know about this before I sent it to you?
I did not know about this.
I just saw it the other day and I thought, oh, you are such a fan
I
that you would appreciate this one. Let me put this up here. You should talk about this one.
Yeah. So we got our first look at this Harley Quinn 1/10 scale resin statue based on the artwork by Stepan Sejic. Pre-orders launched today on the McFarlane website.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, Stepan Sejic is the artist responsible for the DC Black Label Harleen series.
Oh.
And if you haven't read it, it's awesome.
Black Label. That is the adult R-rated.
Yes, and it's also like a larger format book.
Right. I was really staring at this now. I'm glad you included the cover, but staring at the statue itself and really dialing in on it, like there's some Margot Robbie in there.
I would think so.
Really, you got to look in close, but I mean, zoom in on it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that Margot Robbie's in there.
Now, the fun thing about Stepan Sejic, I was actually following him on DeviantArt for
years.
Really? And he was publishing his own Harley Quinn comics.
Sure.
And they were not in continuity. It was just something he was doing.
Like fan stuff.
Yeah, but he got
That's
tapped,
cool.
and they gave him the entire series Harleen to write and or to draw.
Wow.
So
had he already been working professionally?
I don't know for sure, but
that's
I
interesting.
could see how he would be.
Oh, man. Oh, that's cool.
Like if he launched off DeviantArt, good for him, you know?
Yeah. I know a lot of stuff. We've pulled from DeviantArt before for our show. Of course, we always give credit where credit is due. In the art piece itself, I've always tacked on the artist's name, but like, wow, there are some talented people out there. But yeah, I saw this and I thought, oh my God, Andy, you're such a fan.
Right up my alley.
Yeah. So, did you put an order in?
I didn't.
Put an order
in. I'm lacking in that department right now.
Fair enough. Well, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah,
this one is another. Yeah, we just got through one of these, and then boom, we got it again. Oh, sorry. There we go. We lost Tina Turner. Last week?
Yep.
Of course, it was after our show, so we didn't have a chance to talk about it. But we're talking about it now. Tina Turner passed away at the age of 83. A statement from Tina's rep said that it is with great sadness we announce the passing of Tina Turner. With her music and her boundless passion for life, she enchanted millions of fans around the world and inspired the stars of tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize that she had moved to and became a Swiss citizen.
Citizen?
Yeah, living oh my gosh, Zurich, just
there, yeah.
around Zurich.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Yeah, did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't know that either.
But can't blame her.
Do you have a favorite Tina moment?
I don't know. I was quite a fan of the biopic with Angela Bassett.
I was going to bring that up. Since the news has broke, there's been lots of celebrity outpouring, and Angela Bassett had posted some shots of her rehearsing with Tina Turner for cool. What's Love Got to Do with It. I'm like, oh, that is so good. Steve's hit one for me. I love this one. She was in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I loved her performance in Thunderdome. That dress that she wore was something like, it's real metal, and it was something like 70 pounds or something of like chainmail that she was having to lug around. But man, did she ever pull it off. All I can think of is what is it, what's the line, who runs Bada Town? Master Blaster runs Bada Town. That's all I can think of. Thanks for bringing that up, Steve. Yeah, I really like that one too. Tina Turner, gone at 83, but certainly not forgotten. Her music,
her stuff is spiking to the top of the charts.
Yeah, as that frequently does when we lose someone. Follow up to last week's passing with Gordon Lightfoot. Looks like the Massey Hall show is going to be happening. It's I guess a bit of a tribute. I don't know if we have I should have looked that up today. I don't think there's a lineup announced yet, but I know that yes, they want to do a thing at Massey Hall. That early on in Gord's career, he was doing Massey Hall shows like all the time.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a good place to have a bit of a tribute for him. Oh, this is another one for you. This is a big one for.
This has far-reaching implications. I guess
so. Yeah. Let's take a look at this one here.
So Image Comics has left Diamond Distributors for Lunar.
So now Diamond at one time was sort of the big
dominant. They had everything.
Yeah, and now with who else just left Diamond?
DC left them.
DC left them what 2 years ago?
A couple years.
Has it been 2? I think it's been 2. It might even be more.
3.
3. Yeah. So I was going to say, if Jeff was watching, he would know.
Yes, he would. But they've signed an exclusive distribution agreement with Lunar.
Yeah.
And they're leaving behind Diamond Comics, which has been their exclusive distributor since 1995.
That is I was doing the math on that. 95.
That's
so
a hell of a client
15. So you're talking 20, almost 30 years. So 28 years. What happened?
Yeah,
to make you jump ship?
Yeah, like something had to have happened deal wise or price wise.
You would think, yeah.
But co-owner of Lunar, Christina Merkler, has said, we are thrilled to announce the exclusive worldwide distribution deal with Image Comics. We are constantly seeking innovative ways to expand our reach and bring exceptional content to our retail accounts around the world.
Yeah.
So maybe they just offered something more attractive.
I don't know. I mean, I find it interesting that this whole, like, maybe it's because we live in a world where direct to consumer, certainly for us as toy guys, direct to consumer, it seems to be becoming more and more prevalent. Comics were always this bastion of like going through the wholesale to retail chain.
Yeah.
You know, for me, growing up in a small town like where we live, there was no comic shop, so it was off the spinner rack at the convenience store, right? Like that was
gas station or something.
That was an experience, right? Yeah. Like they had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And that whole wholesale chain.
Yeah.
So interesting to see that is no longer the case. Bye-bye.
Well, they're not cutting ties completely though.
Why is that?
They're still going to use Diamond for their bookstore distributors, meaning like
okay.
Like Barnes and Noble Chapters. That place will still get from Diamond.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say Barnes and Nobles. They're a U.S. Book chain.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Having a snack.
Direct market over to Lunar. And the change will begin in September, so we'll see how that rolls out. Because it was just about chaos when DC did it. Talking to some of our comic book retailer friends, they were not happy about that.
The ordering process was maybe not quite as smooth as what it had been with Diamond.
Yeah, you go to one spot, get all your stuff, and now you're going to multiple spots, paying multiple shippings.
I can appreciate that. There was a wholesaler in the toy world that basically emails their retailers a spreadsheet every month, and I'm like, I am not going through that. There's no way. I'm not saying who that is. Those of you in the business, you know who I'm talking about. Spreadsheet every month. If you don't have a web portal to order from directly in 2023, what are you doing?
Yeah,
seriously, as a wholesaler, what are you doing? Spreadsheets in 2023.
It's all about the bottom line.
Oh, wait a minute. We saw this one the other night. This next one is funny.
It is.
Are you a fan of the Fast franchise? Sorry, the Fast family?
I dip in and out. I'll sit through one. Like, I'll enjoy it.
Okay. I haven't sat through a complete Fast and Furious movie since the very first one.
Really?
Yeah. I've tried, but the first one, so I wasn't into the street racing culture, and I know that that's sort of the origins of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is funny as someone who owns a tuner car. You think I'd be more into that, but no, I'm not. I enjoy my car in a safe and legal manner. That being said, these movies, it seems like every time you turn around, the Fast franchise is
Pops
doing
up
some weird stuff.
Well, they got kind of weird when they went to space, but
and that was the joke. What are they going to do? Go to space?
And then they did.
And then they did, which begs the question, when is it too much?
Well, Fast X Star has Ludacris has given a brutally honest and thoroughly explicit response as to why it's still going after 20 years.
We have not only do we have, I mean, if I put the slide up now, I feel like that's kind of spoiling it, because
well,
I could read this and I could throw in, a few of the, some of these, and it would be funny, but I don't think it would have the same impact,
have the same effect as Luda,
as hearing it from the horse's mouth himself.
Yeah.
On the subject of why do they keep making these movies, Ludacris has something to say, and we're going to share it with you right now.
This is a clip from his interview on the All the Smoke podcast.
All right, let's take a listen.
Why do y'all keep doing these movies? That's the dumbest fucking question in the world. I'm going to tell you why. Because no matter what industry we in, podcast, music, movies, it's all about a bottom line. It's all about how much you spend compared to how much you make. Right. We're making billions of fucking dollars.
Every time.
Bro, and I'm saying that like, I'm just giving you my heart. I'm not trying to brag or nothing.
Right.
So when you say, why do y'all keep...
That's why.
When some of y'all keep saying, why the fuck do y'all keep shooting these movies? Let me tell you why. Because if you spend $200 million and you make $1 billion, who the fuck is you going to tell to stop shooting movies when you making $800 motherfucking million dollars?
Every time.
How? I need people to stop asking that question. Even if you don't like it.
Right.
Even if you don't want to watch it.
That's okay.
Stop asking that goddamn question. That is the answer.
Wow. So
there you go. That's
if you ever meet Ludacris, now you know what not to say. Don't ever bring that up.
When you think about it, though, like, as long as it keeps making money, why not?
It's Hollywood, man. It is Hollywood. And doesn't it that, I mean, ultimately that's what it boils down to. Sure, we can paint it with the brush. It's, the fans really want it. We're all passionate. Sure, we're all passionate about it. But you know what else we're all passionate about? This. And for those of you who are listening to the audio version of this, yes, I did rub my fingers together like
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Cha-ching. Yeah, exactly. That's another button I need on here. I need the cash register button. Cha-ching. Oh man. On a semi-related note, I don't have a slide for this, but I just saw this today. Tarantino's back in the news talking about his Steve says, yeah, that's true enough. It really is. It is true though. Tarantino talking about cinema, talking about his next and rumored last movie before he retires, The Critic. He says that it will likely be made by Sony because Sony is the last of the big studios that is 100% invested in the theater experience. He says that he has no time for direct to streaming platform movies, and he says that they are not part of the zeitgeist. He specifically name dropped, Ryan Reynolds, saying that Ryan Reynolds' agent talking, and I don't know if this was like this is a hypothetical discussion that he was having, but he said something to the fact that whatever one of his direct to streaming movies is like, oh, Ryan made 50 million or this did 50 million. He's like, great, on a movie that I've never seen because it just comes out on streaming, no fanfare, no celebration. He said that these movies are not, and he even said, what is cinema now? These direct to streaming movies, he said, are not part of the zeitgeist.
Can you really say that though? Because
I don't know.
We had direct to TV movies.
Or direct, well, so but a made for TV movie though. Oh, now not saying that.
Now it's made for streaming.
That's true.
It's just evolved a little bit.
When you watched a made for TV movie though, and then let me take this out here for a second. This is kind of in the way here. Let's go back to this. You watch a made for TV movie in the 80s and the 90s, like it came with that, like as soon as the credits rolled, you knew that you were watching like a made for TV movie. Hell, the ABC After School Special was, basically a TV movie. The streaming services have really blurred it because yes, it's made for television, but these streaming services by and large are
still produced like it would go to theater.
Yeah, like they have comparable budgets. They have comparable. They're being shot as if they were essentially films.
Yeah,
they are films. So I don't know. I mean, we're crossing into that territory.
Does distribution make it?
Well, I was going to say, we're getting into that whole Scorsese thing about what is and isn't cinema.
And by the same token, you can look back at direct to home video movies. Like so many of the Disney animated
direct to home media.
Yeah, like your Little Mermaid 2, Little Mermaid 3.
Oh wow,
Lady and the Tramp 2.
But even those came with marketing because you would get a commercial, Land Before Time 22. Here it comes.
Yeah, go to the store and buy it.
Go buy this now. Of course, it was only shown before and after school and on Saturday mornings when the kiddies are watching, right?
Yeah. So that
Mommy, go get
me this movie. I need to see it.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, Disney Plus does put out some commercial, but it's usually just a spattering of like, okay, we've got this show, and this show now.
So that basically, like he said, it's all down to the bottom line.
Yeah.
Well,
another bottom line.
Speaking of the bottom line, let me put this back up here as we move to our next point. Disney's Star Wars themed hotel, the Galactic, what's it called here? The Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yeah,
the
Cruiser Experience.
Yeah, the Star Cruiser Experience. Oh man, is going under. They are shutting the hotel experience down after less than 2 years of operations.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
but this is a new thought that's emerged here. They almost tried to save it.
They tried to save it. And the thought process around that was, why don't we just convert the whole thing and make it Mandalorian themed? Because the Mandalorian right now is carrying the weight of the entire Star Wars franchise and doing it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got some numbers again here. An average cost of $1,600. Now different articles are citing different numbers. This is different than the last time when it was $1,200 per person.
Yeah.
This is saying $1,600 per person.
Maybe this is a wider room,
I don't know,
as opposed to the Narkina 5 units.
I also read roughly $6,000 for a family of 4. That it's not realistic for most people.
No, not for a 2-day thing.
Well, according to what's the gentleman's name here?
Jim Hill.
Jim Hill, who is
the historian for the theme park.
Yeah, theme park historian said another option recently emerged, according to Hill, to retheme the entire hotel to the Disney Plus Star Wars streaming series, The Mandalorian. Reports have since emerged that Imagineers were at the Star Cruiser as recently as last week. Now, that we actually mean last week. I know our show is once a week, but the last week thing is not this week past the week
The week
before.
prior.
So this is still relatively like this was just before they announced no, we're closing it.
Yeah.
That's pretty late in the game
Yeah.
that they were still considering that, but ultimately it fell to returned CEO Bob Iger that ultimately said, no, we're not going to do that. Last week when we talked about this, what did we say? 350 million to build with an expected write-off of about 300 of that. 300 million of that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And like we said before, it's kind of like the New Republic, just breaking it down and throwing it away rather than reusing it and saving the people money.
It'd be interesting to see what it becomes, whether it remains a hotel or if the
Another
building
one of
gets
those
repurposed to something.
ghosted attractions.
I don't know. All right, sticking with or going back to movies here. This is an interesting one
It's getting scary.
with a bit of a real world twist.
Based on the news that's coming out today, it's really scary.
Last week we talked about, and I didn't have we couldn't show you the trailer, but we talked about the trailer for Creator. I had said that essentially this is
the Terminator movie.
The Terminator, yeah,
that should be here.
Well, turns out that Mr. Terminator himself, Jim Cameron, has been actually working on a new Terminator. Terminator 7. Now, he was at a conference at the Dell Tech World where he actually said in his panel that he's been writing as recently as up to 3 months ago, but he's actually stopped the writing process because he's curious to see where real world AI goes. Oh man.
Did you see the news that came out today though?
I did not.
Experts are weighing in and they're saying that if we keep pushing this AI thing, it could lead to the extinction of the human race. Which is essentially what the first Terminator did anyway.
I mean, we literally all the Skynet jokes are now maybe less jokey.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say to the eye in the sky. As it
I am not a conspiracy theorist. Certainly, I will listen to a valid theory. But man, like,
unless those 3 eyes are already firmly in place, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Are we talking about the robot rules?
Yeah.
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 Thank you, Isaac Asimov.
Got one from Red Swenson.
Red wants to say life imitates art. Yeah, doesn't it really?
We're in trouble.
Well, dun, 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 dun. You know what though? I'm just gonna live ignorantly and just enjoy the movie if and when it ever comes out. Guys, did you tune in last Sunday where we launched our latest review series? It is The Road to Ahsoka Tano. We're covering, if you guys watching Disney Plus has a playlist on there. It is the Ahsoka Tano Essentials. And so we're going through that playlist and we are breaking down each episode and we're analyzing the character growth of the title character Ahsoka Tano on the lead up to her live action show.
Yes.
Now, on that note, we got some news.
We did.
I don't know if this was uber surprising to anybody, other than this is still very much in the rumor phase. This is not 100% confirmed. I can't see why it wouldn't be. However,
multiple sources.
The rumor breaking that Tamora Morrison, the template for the Clone Army, is going to make an appearance as the live action Commander Rex.
Nice.
Of course he's going to be Rex. What else are you going to do?
Well, he could be Rex. He could be all of them.
That's right.
Any remaining clones.
We have no word on whether or not he is going to play any other clones in the series. I don't see why he wouldn't. But Rex and Ahsoka kind of go together like ketchup and mustard. You know what I mean? Like they just
they paired so nicely.
Yeah,
Even in the Tales of the Jedi, like when she gets away from that after the down Star Destroyer, it's her and Rex.
Right. Steve's got a few things he wants to say. Sorry, Steve, we got ahead of you here. Steve, going back to the AI thing, says that Terminator Arnie's comeback.
I don't think
now,
so.
Schwarzenegger has pretty much sworn off and said he's done with the franchise. Like I don't know if it's the reboots that have just like
He doesn't. He shouldn't have to keep going back to play a
what do you call it?
T800.
Franchise fatigue,
Maybe.
certainly. Now, don't get me wrong. I have liked every Terminator movie made to date. Yes,
Even
all
Dark
of them.
Fate?
All of them. I found things to like in all of them. Yes, even Dark Fate. I like the splitting of the Terminator. I've liked them all. Could the Terminator movies be successful without Arnold Schwarzenegger? I think they could. In fact, Terminator 3, I really like Terminator. That's what the femme bot, the femme Terminator.
Yeah.
And really, look at what they did in Salvation. People like really get down on Salvation, but that movie was great.
And don't forget the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Those were a pretty good show.
So I am not. I did not watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles at the time that it came out. I can't remember. I was definitely against it for some reason. I couldn't remember why.
Because it was a girl Terminator.
That really didn't bother me. Like I said, I watched T3 and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the Sarah Connor Chronicles just didn't appeal to me at the time. It just could have been a timing thing.
Maybe.
Where I was at.
It was decent.
Sorry, that being said, what was I talking about?
What was I talking about? Arnold coming back.
Oh, yeah, Arnold. Talking about Salvation, the way that they used Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator Salvation, that he was just a standard, then they used a body double, and they digitally put de-aged Arnold's face on the body. You could do that to the end of days, and that works. You don't have to have Arnold Schwarzenegger come back to lead these movies. There can just be endless numbers of T800s.
So the question is he ready to sign his facial rights over to that?
Like in a perpetuity deal.
James Earl Jones signed over his voice rights.
Yeah.
Likeness rights, I guess you're calling it.
Likeness rights. But sure, I think if the money was right, I mean, what the writers are fighting for right now, residuals. If you signed a deal that you get a royalty on every time like they do that, it could be pretty lucrative.
Yeah, just let it keep rolling.
Yeah. Follow up from Steve. Steve says that there was an AI warning on CP24. That's Toronto News Today, CP24. Steve, if you can remember what the warning was, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what they had to say.
Extinction.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the warning.
Okay, well then, never mind. I got it. And then followed up with iRobot. Yeah, iRobot. There's that Asimov.
Will Smith, you got to save us.
All right, where are we going here? Oh,
this one's all you.
Okay, this one is me. I really, I've been aware of this since they mentioned it like months and months ago. The new season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is about to drop. We had some spoilery stuff earlier on when there was some leaked set photos that showed James Kirk running around in downtown Toronto in costume. Looks like that, and they said that was for season 2. Some of the marketing for this upcoming season has shown us that now.
Yeah,
we now get the context of that there is some time travel involved. One of the things about Star Trek, though, and I was reading an article last night where they were talking with Akiva Goldsman, one of the co-showrunners, and they were talking about that. Every time when they sit down and they do the writers' room and they have the big table, the bumping their heads together, crossovers always come up. Wow. And especially now that Strange New Worlds, we have a very limited amount of time, canonically speaking, between the time of Captain Christopher Pike and Captain James T. Kirk. And now Kirk's already been introduced. We have 6 years in show before Kirk is going to be on the bridge of the Enterprise, permanently in control. One of the things that Strange New Worlds has done, interestingly, is that they've played kind of loosely with the canon so that they can tell their own stories, and that's great. But Akiva Goldsman has said the closer that they get to that, the more
it'll have to tighten up.
They have to pay attention to that stuff, and they want to tell stories in a way that honor and respect that. And crossover, right? And crossover episodes are one of the ways that they can do that. And the biggest news that I am laughing my ass off at this, because I quite love this, is that there is a crossover episode happening in season 2. It is crossing over with the animated comedy series Star Trek Lower Decks. If you've seen the trailer, please, if you have not, go watch the trailer for Strange New World season 2 because this is awesome. We've got the characters of they're both ensigns, Ensign Beckett Mariner and Brad Boimler, played by Tawny Newsome and Jack Quaid, respectively, are going to be crossing over into Strange New Worlds. Now, this episode is going to be directed by Jonathan Frakes, Captain Riker himself. The voice actors are going to play their own characters, and we have an image.
We do.
This is an official image, so this is not. I'm not. Well, it might be a spoiler for you, but we didn't steal this one.
No.
So here you go. Oh, and they look so good. They are on the Enterprise. So I don't know if this is going to be kind of a Barclay on the holodeck kind of thing going on, like where he was interacting with the cast of Voyager, trying to bring them back from the Delta Quadrant. I presume that this is going to be some kind of, I don't know, might be time travel.
Maybe.
Could be a holo thing. Anyway, it looks fantastic. Jack Quaid with the purple hair looks awesome. Jack Quaid, by the way, that's Dewey from The Boys. If you're wondering where you've seen him before, he is Dennis Quaid's son.
Nice.
Yeah. And Tawny Newsome as Beckett Mariner. So yeah,
Very cool.
Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. I cannot wait for this one. I read something that said it might be episode 7. It's again cable show, right?
Yeah,
so
got a little bit of weight, but
10 episode season. Also get veteran actor Carol Kane is coming in for season 2. She's going to be the new chief engineer replacing Hemmer, who perished in season 1. Sorry if you didn't see that. Sorry.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm not going to gush on Star Trek anymore, although I could because I love both of these shows. Strange New Worlds. I know that Discovery has been the flagship show for the past 5 seasons, but let's be real. Since Christopher Pike and Una Chin Riley, number 1, appeared in season 2, they stole the show. And Strange New Worlds, when Strange New Worlds came out, it is the flagship show, and you can't convince me otherwise. All right, moving on. What do we got?
Well, this next one, we said we had talked about Greetings from Fairview, and
right.
make a trip down to Port Hope.
We did speculate. We questioned: would we do it? Would we not do it?
Well, we did it.
We did it,
and I think it was worth it.
Something happened.
It did. It was
magical.
Something
happened, and I was just like, well, actually, you were more.
I was
than
more.
I was.
Yeah.
Can I tell that?
Yeah, go for it.
Wait, we'll put the picture up first.
So this photo here for everybody watching. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Before we okay, wait. Eric's got something to say. What does he want to tell us? Eric says, what I like about Discovery is that it does what Voyager did. Let's put Trek in an unknown place and or time.
Boldly going where no
one
sure
does. I could have a whole discussion on what I don't like about what they did with that, but I'm not going to. It's not the right time for it. But you are correct. They did. They pushed it maybe too far, and that's maybe why I have some problems with it. All right. For those of you who are not aware at what we're looking at here, these are actual photos. We took these photos ourselves last week. Yes, that is the Flash director himself, Andy Muschietti, that we were lucky enough to run into last week on Fandom Power road trip on location. Got another one of those coming up here when we get to it. But we're standing on the street, on the sidewalk, and we are
whoever would talk to us
watching kind of what the cast and crew. By the way, we talked about Greetings from Fairview before.
Yep.
We did go. This was an open set.
Yep.
It was not a closed set, so the public were coming and going because the local businesses were open.
Yep, still open.
We're standing there, and I'm not kidding, like 40 feet down the street, and then Andy says to me, "It's him." I'm like, "What do you mean it's him?" He's like, "The guy with the beard." I'm like, "What? It's him." I'm like, "Who? Andy Muschietti?" "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And you pause for a second. You're like, "I'm going." It gets better because we get there, we walk over, we're now face to face with the man, and Andy goes, "You're him." "You're the guy." And so then he takes over. Andy Muschietti takes over, offers a hand, says, "I'm Andy." And what did you say?
"I'm Andy too."
"I'm Andy too." It was the best. It was the best.
Yeah.
So we asked
There
we
he
asked if
was.
we could take a photo, and of course he was very, very gracious.
Yes.
Considering
Super nice.
I think he was talking to
He was prepping for a shot.
yeah,
For the
because
Fairview show.
we saw that other gentleman setting up a shot on
Yeah.
that side street.
Yeah.
So very gracious and very generous of him to give us a moment of his time to indulge a couple of fans. By the way, we'd speculated that, and this was not just us. This has been widely speculated that "Greetings from Fairview" might, in fact, be the working title for the It prequel series, "Welcome to Derry." You can draw your own conclusions from that sign, but as I said, there is another on location episode coming up here sometime in the future, and we'll have all the details on that one.
Yep.
Any more you want to talk about that?
Well, I returned to the set today.
Oh, you did?
And I talked to a few more people, and turns out Andy is not there now.
I would think that the Flash is
Yeah.
opening in a week or two.
Couple days or a week. Or whatever.
Yeah,
so he's off doing the red carpet tour.
We were lucky then. We caught him just
Yeah.
at the right time.
Yeah, it was just one of those weird magical moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Weird magical moments. Well, I think that actually dovetails nicely into, oh no, it doesn't. I was going to say,
Oh,
I thought I was going to say it was purely magical, but that's further down the list.
I should have dubbed that one in there.
Seriously, had a good segue there.
Yeah.
Totally lost it. Well,
Oh.
that's okay. That's all right. If you're just tuning in now, welcome everybody. It's Wes and Andy. It's Random Fandom on your Tuesday night. I hope you guys are having a great week. We're talking about sort of the headline, the entertainment and pop culture headlines that caught our attention over the last week. If you guys have got some pop culture news that you want to talk about, hit us up in the live chat on whichever platform you're watching. If you really want to chat, indulge us. Give us a call. We've got a custom WhatsApp. There we go. Custom WhatsApp link. It's in the description of the video wherever you're watching. It does work. You can call us. You can be a part of the show and have your say about what caught your attention this week. All right. Any more about that before we move on?
Yeah, we'll keep it
Okay.
spoiler free, even though, other.
I was going to
News
say, you
outlets have
had
kind
mentioned
of,
the other day some other people that we have met that were kind of close to the film productions had posted some stuff.
Yeah.
And that disappeared.
Yes.
So we're not gonna put ourselves.
I got more insight on that as well.
Oh, you did?
Because I was talking to a friend of the show, Chris Jiggins, who I
Yeah.
interviewed for our
Chris,
other one.
the bookstore guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently they had to sign contracts. They're not allowed to shoot photos from within any of the dressed buildings.
Inside.
Yeah. Because basically you're getting front seat access.
No photography of any kind.
Yeah, and if they do, they face fines. So,
Who's levying the fines?
I would assume the production company.
So that only applies to cast and crew then.
Maybe. Well, I guess
How do you enforce that against the public though?
Well, it depends if it comes out.
I guess so. Yeah, I suppose so.
Because some people, one of the guys we were talking to,
You'd be litigated.
did he not say something about a photo got taken and he shared it with a friend and then it showed up on Bloody Disgusting like a day later?
Oh, I missed that. So no,
So
I didn't.
it can spread like wildfire and ruin the whole damn show.
We're getting a comment here from anonymous Facebook user asking, did you guys see any of the UFO footage from the 29 Palms incident? Now that's more up your alley.
I don't believe I've seen that.
Is this an actual? I'm going to look this up. Do we got time? We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
Let me look this up here while 29 Palms. Let's look this up.
Is it a movie? Is it a
29 Palms UFO incident? Oh, mass UFO sighting caught on camera in California 5 days ago.
How did I miss
What?
that?
How did we miss this?
Huh.
Okay. The answer is no. I was not aware of this. Wow, that's impressive.
Investigate that further.
Okay, so that's we'll definitely take a look at that and talk about that. I was not aware of that. I'm surprised that didn't make maybe it made bigger headlines and I just didn't follow.
Maybe.
I
Well,
think
the world's burning right now.
Well,
so a lot of stuff gets swept to the wayside, right?
yeah, I'm used to the whole world burning thing here for us in Canada. I'm used to hearing, Western Canada is on fire. Not really used to hearing Eastern Canada being on fire. So no, that I did not hear about that. That being said, I haven't watched network broadcast television in almost a decade. So to be honest, I don't get I don't consume news the same way anymore. So there you go. Follow-up comment says it looked like a lot of the Phoenix Lights of Arizona.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, those I have seen.
Okay. All right. Wait a second. Now what's here? Oh, this next one. This is a cool one. Now we've talked about other items
from films
that have come up at this very specific place. Now this is from the Prop Store of London, which is headquartered in Los Angeles. And that is it going to be in LA or London?
I don't know. It might even be an online thing.
It usually is. Anyway, what we're talking about, going back to man, I guess it's Fandom Power's first love. We're talking Star Wars. Again. Wow, that's a beautiful dress. Almost 45 years now. This dress has not been seen
since
the film itself. This is, of course, we're talking about Leia's white dress that she wore during the medal ceremony at the end of A New Hope. You want to fill us in on the rest of that one?
Yeah. So for the better part of 45 years, apart from a brief appearance at a costume party, at which it was ripped, had food, wine, and blood spilled on it.
Oh, it's important to point out, at a costume party not worn by Carrie Fisher.
Yes, so she did not do this. She lent the dress.
Although it sounds like something that she might have done.
But it has now been fully restored and is going up for public auction for the first time, and it is expected to fetch between $1 and $2 million.
So that, man, I got to go back. Do you remember what it was? We have a video. We actually have a video in our back catalog, the most expensive Star Wars memorabilia ever sold. Do you remember what the number one item was?
Oh, I do not.
Eric says, nice looking blue and black dress. Are you colorblind? Can you not see white? Is there something going on there? What's wrong?
Is that the there was a photo that circulated at one point and you're supposed to look at it and tell,
right. Is it blue or is
it whatever,
brown or something?
Yeah.
All right. I was just slow on the joke today. And if I could find that, let's go to our channel here for a second and see if I can find it.
But anyway, this medieval style dress worn by Carrie Fisher in A New Hope, it was the only Princess Leia outfit from that film that has ever been discovered.
Sorry. Yeah.
The rest of them, they didn't think that it was going to be as big of a smash hit as it was. And
well, that's pretty consistent with what everybody thought about, everybody who worked on the production anyway.
Yeah.
Where did I put it? There it is. I'm just going to mute. Oh, go quiet. But let's see if we can
prop collector Stephen Lang, he told the Post when he was first told about it.
Sure.
He couldn't believe it because he's been collecting for 30 years and as it is, it's one of the most exciting finds of his career.
Okay, I've got the numbers here. What did you say that the expected take on this is?
$2 million.
Between $1 and $2 million. Now there was a line in that article that said that it could very much higher. Could fetch more than that. Now, in our video, the top 5 most expensive Star Wars items ever sold, the number one, and this still holds the record, in 2017. There was an R2-D2 that sold, and it was an amalgamation of parts collected from original trilogy R2-D2s. So it wasn't one complete droid from one movie. It was a nice collection of parts from all 3 movies
to make up
one droid. That R2-D2 sold, now these are US dollars, sold for $2,760,000. So that's the number we're going to watch for, and that's the number to beat in order for this dress to become the most expensive Star Wars item ever sold. So we'll be watching that one closely. Yeah.
Originally, it was designed by John Mollo, who won an Oscar.
Oh, John Mollo. We've talked about him before in his costume design.
Yep. And anyway, when they found it, it was like just balled up in a bag. And
nice.
Yeah, it just gathered cobwebs until it was found.
Yeah.
And then when they did get it, they took it to professional restorers Janie Lightfoot.
Okay.
And she was recommended by Victoria and Albert Museum. And they're quoted as saying they're used to working with tapestries that are hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
And they're basically experts when it comes to textile conservation.
Textile. Oh, is that the correct term? Textile conservation?
I would say so, yeah.
All right.
But they analyzed all the markings on the garment and found food, wine, and blood. So, like, first
sounds like a good party.
Yeah, what kind of party was this? And then, in addition to that, apparently the dress was also ripped.
Right.
Because the arms were not meant to go.
Oh,
above,
because of the cape thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit restrictive, but whoever wore it just, hands to the ceiling.
Woo! Raising the roof
Yeah.
and tore it.
So all in, it took 10 months of restoration.
Yeah.
And it cost thousands of dollars to get it back to its pristine state.
So since you sent me this, I started following Prop Store on Facebook. And so now I'm seeing ads for this auction. The auction is coming up at the end of June. I think it's June 30th and 31st. Some of the other items in this auction, believe it or not, is a screen used bat pod from Batman.
From Dark Knight?
From Dark Knight, yeah.
Nice.
So, and some Gladiator stuff. Yeah. So, but this is the one for me, this is the one to watch, and I'll be very excited. So now that I follow Prop Store, we'll be talking a lot more about props.
Apparently, the most expensive movie dress ever sold
yeah, okay.
is Marilyn Monroe's white subway grade dress.
Oh,
that
the famous.
Yeah. And that went for $4.6 million back in 2011.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of
and
scratch.
You figure she's a generational icon. So is Carrie Fisher.
Oh, true.
So
totally missed it. As I was saying, that's a lot of scratch. 7-year itch scratch. I'm sorry, that was bad.
Apparently, another one that's coming up in this auction, is the clown doll from Poltergeist.
Oh, really? Oh,
which I would love to have, but it's estimated to go for $400,000. So, no.
If you got it, what do you do with it?
Well, you put it in a case and hope it doesn't strangle you.
I was gonna say you go out and invest in a. Well, I guess not. It's the doll, right? So
you get a case and you have it warded. And
have it all properly.
Yep.
Cool.
But for those of you with money and you got it's burning a hole in your pocket, you can go to propstore.com/live auction for more information.
I've talked about this before. Prop Store, and I'll be watching through the month of June because this happens quite regularly. Is the guys from Prop Store are often inviting Adam Savage of Mythbusters fame to come and look at some of the stuff. And Adam quite often will go and he will do videos on his tested YouTube channel to showcase some of the items that are coming up. They did that. They did a restoration on a screen used Batwing from the 89 Batman. Now it's not for sale, but they often will do when there's a big auction. Adam is usually sort of a champion for promoting
some info out there and hype it up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Speaking of hype,
this we could have we'll put this right back on the end of the Welcome to Fairview. As I said earlier, we ran into Flash director Andy Muschietti last week, who was gracious enough to give us a few moments of his time. He wasn't as spoilery with us as he was with Esquire magazine, Esquire Middle East. This one is a bit of a head scratcher. They've been saying that there was going to be another Batman in the Flash, and the rumor has it that it may be in fact Clooney's Batman. That's not what we're going to talk about. Andy Muschietti, when talking with Esquire Middle East, revealed that there is a Superman cameo in this one. I don't know why he would have said this. I mean, the guy, he is the director. I mean, I guess he can say what he wants.
Well, if this
you would
is like
think
a nugget that you can throw out there, what else can we possibly expect coming out of this?
Well, and that is the one that kills me. You'd think there'd be an embargo on this. Like there's all these media embargoes about when the reviews can come out. It's usually, we should start seeing reviews here
shortly.
What is the release date? It's the 8th, I think it is.
It's coming up real quick.
When is the Flash release date? Sorry, June 16th. So the week before that, within 4 or 5 days before that, you should be seeing the first full, after the embargo lifts, that we should get our first full reviews.
Because if we weren't hyped up enough already for this.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that the Flash goes back and revisits the Batman of 1989. Now, as you may or may not remember, that movie was directed by
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Tim Burton was rumored to get a Superman film. Do you remember that?
Wasn't it supposed to be Superman Lives?
Superman, is it Superman Lives? Is that what it was
I
called?
think it was.
Where he fights a giant spider?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember who they were casting as Superman for that one?
Pay or play deal.
Yeah, it's true. Andy Muschietti has revealed that Nicolas Cage will be making a cameo appearance in The Flash as Superman.
Nice.
And if that's not off the rails crazy, then I don't know what is. And I hope that it's good.
Oh, I can't see it not being.
Is it going to be a played for comedy moment? Because it could be. And I mean,
It could be.
Nick
Or it
Cage
could
is
be
good
an
at comedy.
inclusion segment. Like you look back at Infinite Crisis.
Oh,
when,
yeah.
Barry's running through the Speed Force.
Yeah.
And you got to see all, like, you saw Titans, you saw Alexander
Right.
Knox, you saw Swamp Thing, and all the other connected shows that weren't really connected.
Right. Well,
Could it just be?
multiverse. Yeah. Oh man. And again, so that just brings up the question, what else
What other
is in
surprises
this
await
movie that
us?
we're not aware of?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people holding out for a Grant Gustin appearance.
I hope so.
Oh,
I
and
really
you're
hope
one
so.
of them.
Yeah. Having just finished the Flash TV series, I really
sure.
hope so.
I don't know what to think of this. I was excited. Like, I'm all in
Yeah.
on this movie, and I know. And as I'm a Henry Cavill apologist. He is my Superman. I love him in the role, but I am so on board for Sasha Calais for her Supergirl. I think it's a great twist on the character. I'm very excited to see how they develop that. Also, heard a rumor Wonder Woman might be in this. Her last Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, her last appearance as the character in this potentially. There's that sequence in the trailer when Batfleck is does the whole wing thing.
Yeah.
There was I'd read a comment somewhere where somebody had said, "Oh, I bet you he's on the end of her lasso that she's flung him into the air."
Well, it wouldn't be the first time they edit somebody out of the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Or Thor's eye.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I like those misdirects. I think it maintains some of the ooh and the ah for the movie. And by the way, as far as superhero movies go, I haven't been like ooh and ah for a superhero movie in a long time, but I am for this.
You want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Oh, this is cool. This is something we did earlier this week. Actually, we did it here on this show.
We did.
For those of you fans of the show, we was a
couple months ago,
we interviewed Kalani Hubbard, the writer and director of the independent film Sky Hoshi, Anime Girl, and we were fortunate enough to attend the digital premiere earlier. It was on the weekend,
May 27th.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. Ironically, we went to the digital premiere on the weekend of Anime North.
Yes, we did.
And I'm like, oh, if there was some way we could have tied that all in together. It might have been good for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went to the digital premiere of Sky Hoshi. Actually, we sat right here in the studio and we watched it as we were got tickets, stuck around for the Q&A with the cast and director. And it was a great time.
It was.
You can still. Did they ever write back to you and tell you if they sorted out their
cross borders stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
So you can go to skyhoshi.com and you can still get the film. Now Kalani and his wife Stephanie, they run their own streaming service,
Pure
Magic Pictures. It's also the name of their production company. You can get the movie there.
Yep.
We liked it.
We liked
it. I
really had heart.
In our interview with Kalani, I had asked him if he was a fan of the film Mannequin, and what did he say? I've never seen it. And when we watched it, I'm like, wow, for a guy who's never seen Mannequin, he sure has sort of captured the essence of that.
Yeah.
That sort of crossed stars love story.
Yeah.
Between the real world and something else, which is pretty cool. There is a potential sequel in the works, but you'll have to see the film to actually get sort of what the sequel may,
what the direction they might.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah, Sky Hoshi Anime Girl. Go see it. PureMagicPictures.com or SkyHoshi.com if you want to go and check that out. Pretty cool movie. Also, there is a tie-in manga that's going to tell the backstory of this character. So that
and it's
actually
coming out soon, I believe.
Yeah, I am interested in reading that. I'd like to know more about this character because she was pretty good. She was one of the stronger parts of the movie. Oh wow, we're almost at the end of the show.
Apparently.
Wow, this is last call for anybody out there. If you've got some entertainment news you want to talk about, now's the time to bring it up because we are about to hit that time of the show where I turn it over Andy for our recurring segment on toy hunting at Dollarama. So any more, now is your time. Otherwise, sir, over to you.
Over to me. Well, it's pretty slim this week as far as the toy aisles go, but if you get out there, you can find Disney Pixar's Lightyear Blast-Off Blitz for $5.
Now, is that
it's a board game.
It is a board game. Okay.
And it regularly retails for $21.99, so it's a bit of a steal at $5.
I would say so, yeah.
And then for others who collect the little, Shopkin type animals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Zubul's Secret Parties 2-packs are out.
Zubul's
for $5. And these can retail anywhere from $15 to $25, depending where you buy them from.
Now, are these look like a blind box kind of deal?
I believe they are. You get to see one character and then you get a blind.
You know how I feel about blind boxes.
Yeah. But not all blind boxes are blind.
If you know the codes. If you know the codes, yeah. They're only blind until somebody buys them all and posts the codes.
Yeah. And, sometimes there's a code, sometimes there's not.
Yeah. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, really? Red follows up with Lightyear got pulled from Disney Plus.
Oh, I haven't even seen it yet.
Really? That's disappointing to find out.
They put it in the vault already?
I enjoyed Lightyear. I got the concept immediately that this was the movie that Andy would have watched
about
and got the toy. Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Weird.
That's unfortunate because it is a good movie.
Well, maybe they'll bring it back.
I don't know. Maybe.
Disney owns the world, so.
Well, I guess that's
that
pretty much a wrap for this week. It was a light week this week. I'm sure there's way more going on in the world than we can ever keep up with. So,
did you hear that the second track from the new Foo Fighters album came out today?
I did not hear it. I was not aware of that.
Well, it came out today. It's about 10 minutes long, and it's a tribute.
That's long.
So
that's not like a radio signal. Like,
no,
did they release it?
I heard it on Sirius Radio today.
Yeah, that's where you'd hear it.
Yeah. But I think the album comes out next week.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what it's called?
We Are Here, something like that.
What is the name of the new Foo Fighters album? Wow, that did not interpret what I said.
That's because I bugged you.
Of the new Foo Fighters album. There it is. What did you say it was?
I thought it was We Are Still Here, but
We Are Here.
But here we are.
Okay, so yeah, and that is coming out June 2nd. So you've only got
couple days to wait.
3 days. It's coming out in 3 days from now. Okay, well, I'll definitely be. Foos are one of those bands that I actually, to me, they're like the Chili Peppers. They kind of get better with age.
Yeah,
they're aging very, very well. At least their music is.
Yeah,
really, really like what they're doing.
I was listening to Chili Peppers today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, it has been another awesome episode of Random Fandom. I've enjoyed sitting here chatting with everybody that's played along in the live stream. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been another awesome week. I hope you guys are having a great week. Again, our thoughts go out to everybody in the greater Halifax area tonight. I hope you are all safe. I know there has not been any reported loss of life, but
let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Came up today that their pets might not be as lucky as their owners, so my heart goes out to everybody who may have lost a pet in the fires.
Pets are family.
They absolutely are. As a pet owner, I totally get it. So yeah, we're thinking of everybody tonight. All right, guys. Sunday night, this Sunday coming, we'll be back. We're going to be touching on the next 2 episodes. You know what? I should have got the names of these.
That's okay.
I'm going to just pull them up here right now because, hey, we got time.
Sure.
It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Yep.
Hello. Now, there we go. Over there and down to that list. Right. So we just did the first 3. We're going to be covering the next 2 episodes on the Ahsoka Tano Essential playlist. It's going to be Clone Wars season 3, episode 22, Wookiee Hunt, followed by season 5, episode 17, Sabotage. We'll be back on Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, as we always are, with that on our next installment of The Road to Ahsoka. And that's pretty much it. I think I got nothing else.
Yeah, I'm pretty much tapped out.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out tonight, guys. I hope to see you back again on Sunday. If not, come back again next Tuesday when we have some more Random Fandom to talk about. And until the next one, guys, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll catch you on the next one. And bye for now.